Just moments ago, everything took a sharp turn. Papa Blue dropped a bombshell, and if what he's saying holds weight, Christian's world has just spun into chaos. Reports say Christian and baby CJ were kicked out abruptly, their belongings packed up and shoved into storage. No warning, no heads up. Sources close to the situation say it was swift, cold, and final. Papa Blue didn't hint, he confirmed it. His words, her stuff, it's in storage. That's how we do it when folks overstay. Online reactions are blowing up, while Christian appears to be scrambling behind the scenes. The question now, what set this off, and where do Christian and CJ go from here? This wasn't random. Tension had been simmering for weeks, maybe longer. Rewind to when Christian gave birth to CJ. The internet exploded. Some celebrated, others were skeptical. One thing was clear: nothing about her dynamic with Blueface's family was stable. The on-again, off-again saga wore fans out. Papa Blue gradually stepped into the mix, first with subtle jabs on Instagram, liked tweets, then full-on cryptic posts. Lately, his tone shifted. No more Shaw, just heat. He started talking about messy women and cleaning house. Then came a direct hit. Blood or not, bring chaos to my home and you're gone. At the time, people speculated it was about Christian. Now it's all but confirmed. Insiders describe a house at war, shouting matches, late-night arguments over CJ's care, blurred lines about responsibility. Papa Blue reportedly felt disrespected. She thinks she runs the place 'cause she had a baby, he told a friend. Not on my watch. Blueface, still behind bars, stayed silent. Papa stepped up, controlling the narrative. But Christian never saw it coming. People in her camp say she believed she and CJ were safe. Papa's side says otherwise. This was planned. She was given 3 silent warnings. She ignored them all. The moving truck, booked in advance. When she returned home, everything was gone, boxed, loaded, and driven off. No conversation. No closure. The locks were changed that night. Entry codes reset. CJ's crib disassembled. This isn't just family drama, it's a full-on eviction. Footage is leaking. One neighbor caught it on video. A storage truck, raised voices, Christian allegedly shouting, "You can't throw me out, my son lives here too." The truck pulled away. Lights out, door shut, and just like that, Christian and CJ's place in the house vanished. Now fans are guessing, was it financial? Did Papa grow tired of supporting her? Or was this the result of deeper wounds, jealousy, betrayal, dysfunction? Whatever the cause, one thing's clear: Papa Blue made his move, and Christian is left to pick up the pieces. Christian has gone completely silent. No lives, no tweets, no stories. But if history's any indication, this calm won't last. When she speaks, it's usually loud and it's often explosive. Just when fans thought this drama had peaked, the real story began to unravel, and it's messier than anyone imagined. Now, multiple insiders are stepping forward with conflicting accounts, alleged screenshots, and one major twist that might flip the narrative entirely. Let's start with the blow-up. A leaked DM from someone claiming to know Christian's former assistant describes the final argument as more than heated, was a full-on screaming match. Loud enough that neighbors had to intervene. According to this source, Papa Blue accused Christian of being disrespectful, toxic, and ungrateful. But the spark? The baby monitor. Allegedly, Papa Blue walked by CJ's room late at night and overheard a FaceTime call coming through the monitor. Christian was on speaker, arguing with a man Papa didn't recognize, someone reportedly mocking the family and saying things like, "You don't need them, you're running things now." That's when Papa Blue lost it. He stormed in, grabbed the phone, and yelled, "You bringing clowns into my house, on my Wi-Fi, with my grandson sleeping? You're done." The decision was immediate. Within 24 hours, a moving truck was scheduled, and house staff were told not to let Christian back in after the weekend. But here's the twist: some believe Christian planned the whole thing. A viral TikTok claims she allowed it all to happen, just to take control of the narrative. The theory? She wanted sympathy and leverage, and getting thrown out with a baby would deliver both. A supposed screenshot from a group chat surfaced showing someone under Christian's middle name saying, "Watch how quick they flip when I go live from the street with CJ. It's up." If that message is legit, it changes everything. Was this strategic victimhood or just a tragic collapse of a messy home situation? Papa Blue responded with his own live. "I don't care what she says. Y'all didn't live here. Y'all don't know what she said to me in front of my grandson. CJ don't need chaos. He needs peace, and she's not bringing that. He added, I got love for her, but love don't mean I gotta let her disrespect my house. Then he dropped the line that sent social media into a tailspin. She played her game, now I'm playing mine. That quote alone sent #PapaBlue trending for hours. Fans were instantly divided. Team Christian says she's a single mom doing her best, unfairly attacked. Team Papa says he's protecting his home. But Christian, still no word, no post, no quote, no update. The silence has only fueled rumors. Some say she's saving everything for a reality show reveal. Others believe legal action is coming. One source even hinted she may file for emergency custody protections, aiming to block both Papa Blue and Carissa from being near CJ. That rumor snowballed so hard. A fake court document started circulating online, prompting a supposed team member to post, "Don't believe every screenshot you see. Still moves are being made." Now we're at a boiling point. CJ's crib is in storage. His mother is locked out. His grandfather is waging a PR war. His grandmother is stoking the flames. And behind all of it, Christian's silence is starting to feel like the calm before a very public storm. Then came the receipts. A leaked voice not reportedly recorded during one of the final blowouts surfaced on a fan blog late last night. It starts mid-argument, Papa Blue's voice clear and furious. "You think that baby gives you power over this house? I've raised kids. You just got here." Then Christian cuts in emotional and defiant. "You never raised CJ. You ain't changed one diaper. Don't act like this is your kingdom and you're the king." It escalates fast. Cursing, banging, then the line that shut it all down. "Pack your **T. I'm done pretending you're family." The audio went viral in minutes. Reaction videos. Even celebrities reposted with captions like, "This ain't family, this is war." And it didn't stop there. A burner account, believed to be linked to Christian's circle, dropped and then quickly deleted screenshots of an alleged text thread between Blueface and someone presumed to be Papa Blue. The messages are short, sharp, and damning. "Why are you letting her act like that in your house? She said the baby got her a free pass." "Not in my house. Handle it or I will." That final line, "handle it or I will," has fans stunned. Just one day before Christian's things were spotted being hauled into storage. Was this exile orchestrated from behind bars? Some say yes. Others say Papa took matters into his own hands. Either way, the timing raises questions. Now fans are calling it what it looks like to them, a setup, and Christian. Still no word. But everyone knows when she breaks the silence, the whole story could shatter. The #FreeCJ from the chaos trended for 5 hours straight. Even major gossip blogs are now calling this one of the messiest family implosions in modern celebrity culture. But the real escalation, it came from Christian herself. After days of complete silence, she finally broke it with one cryptic Instagram story. A black screen, white text, no tags, "Keep CJ out your mouth or I'm burning it all down." No follow-up, no explanation. But coming right after the voice note and leaked texts, the message said everything. And now, insiders say Christian has hired serious legal muscle. According to a source close to the situation, she's building a case citing emotional abuse, child protection violations, and considering restraining orders. If that's true, Papa Blue and, possibly Carissa, could be legally blocked from seeing CJ. Then the story took a wild turn. Out of nowhere, Christian's sister, who hadn't said a word publicly in over a year, jumped on Facebook with a string of live videos, calling Papa Blue out by name. In one, she said, "That man been messy since day one. Always trying to flex like he's CJ's daddy. Blue in jail and now he thinks he the boss." But it was the second video that truly detonated online. She claimed, "He said CJ ain't even Blue's anyway. That's why he treating him like trash." That one sentence sent shockwaves across the internet. Fan pages immediately began pulling up old clips of Papa Blue around CJ, moments of awkwardness, hesitations, even calculating how many times he'd actually held the baby on camera. One post read, "This family been faking the love. CJ was just for the image. He was never safe." The theory caught fire. So here's where we are now. Papa Blue says Christian disrespected the house and had to go. Christian says she was never protected, and that CJ was used against her. The leaked audio and messages suggest this might have been a calculated removal. Carissa is fanning the flames. And Christian's own sister just implied Papa Blue never believed CJ was even Blueface's son. This isn't drama anymore, it's a public family collapse playing out one post at a time, and it's about to get uglier. Word is, Christian's going live tomorrow. Not just any liveful sit-down interview, hosted by a celebrity podcast. That's already teased the drop with a fire emoji and the caption, "She's naming names, and it's personal." If she really goes there, Papa Blue's reputation may not survive it. And CJ, he's now the baby in the middle of what's being called the wildest celebrity family war of the decade. The next 24 hours could change everything by the next morning. The fallout had reached every corner of the internet. This wasn't just a messy feud anymore, it's a viral civil war. Fans, influencers, even celebrities were picking sides. At the center, a baby, a broken home, and a mountain of secrets that had been thrown into storage along with Christian's belongings. On Twitter, TikTok, and IG, people split into digital factions. Team Christian came hard, pushing hashtags like #ProtectCJ, #Papa Blue is cancelled, and #Not Her Stuff in Storage. Fan edits of baby CJ flooded timelines, overlaid with captions like "He didn't choose this" and "Mama's fighting for you." Some users began drawing comparisons to other black celebrity mothers, who'd been pushed out of family circles once relationships ended. One viral tweet read, "First they used her for clout. Now they act like she ain't family. Nah, this ain't about rules. This about control." But Papa Blue had defenders too. His supporters praised him as an old-school man protecting his house from chaos. They echoed his IG Live statement, "You bring peace, or you bounce." One viral comment read, "He ain't wrong. That girl been wildin'. He gave her a roof and she spit on it." This debate hit podcasts and YouTube hard. Gossip shows began, dissecting every second of the leaked clips. Every quote from Papa Blue. Every eyebrow raise from Christian's sister. Then the celebrities jumped in. Saucy Santana commented, "Not the storage truck," on a Shade Room post. Tamar Braxton went live and said, "I don't know what's going on in that house. But when a baby's involved, it's not just personal, it's public. That child deserves peace." Then Nick Cannon chimed in and that changed the game. Now the issue wasn't just messy, it was potentially litigious. Rumors are swirling that Christian is preparing to file for full legal custody. Not just blocking Papa Blue but Carissa, too. If true, that takes this from IG drama to a courtroom showdown. And how did Carissa respond? She went live again, of course, and this time, she dragged everyone. They trying to make me the villain but forgot who the real one is. That girl never respected my son, never respected this family, and now, she wanna act like she a victim. Please. She lucky she even made it through the front door. The comments were brutal. Why is Carissa always in it? Can someone call CPS before this turns into a Netflix doc? I feel bad. For CJ, that's it. That's the post. And then like clockwork, Papa returned to Instagram posting a picture of the now empty guest room. The caption, "Peace restored." That one post reignited the fire instantly. Thousands of comments flooded and some praising him for finally setting boundaries. Others ripping him apart for bragging about evicting a woman and her baby. Even the media picked it up. TMZ ran a headline, "Chrisean Rock evicted Papa Blue's storage move sparks internet outrage." Hollywood Unlocked followed with CJ's crib in a U-Haul, Papa Blue under fire for family fallout. And then, without warning, Christian posted again a single photo of her and CJ sitting in a hotel room, captioned, "You thought you broke me. You freed me." The comment section exploded. Support poured in. Anger flared. Lines were drawn. Because now, this wasn't about eviction, it was about image, legacy, and war. And if Friday's rumored sit-down really drops, everything Papa Blue tried to contain might explode right back in his face. Just when the dust began to settle, the betrayal hit. A voice note leaked late last night allegedly from someone inside Papa Blue's own circle, and it flipped the entire story. In the clip, a woman believed to be a longtime family friend whispers, "You know he only did it 'cause Blue called from inside. Told him, get her out before she messes everything up while I'm gone." And Papa Blue. He didn't even hesitate. Wait, what? This whole time, fans thought Papa Blue acted out of frustration, pride, or maybe protection. But if this voice note is legit, it sure sounds legit. Then the entire eviction was orchestrated by Blueface himself. From jail, the woman goes on. They knew she'd react. They wanted her to. They wanted her to go off so they could use it against her, so they could make her look unstable. Again. That one line cracked the internet open. This was a setup started trending. Within the hour, hashtags like #FreeCJ, #JusticeForChristian, and #PapaBlueExposed took off. Fans reposted every IG live, every shady quote, every pause and look that Papa ever gave on camera, now seen in an entirely different light. One user tweeted, "So she wasn't crazy, she was targeted." Another said, "They using that baby as a pawn while trying to assassinate her character. Unforgivable." Meanwhile, the burner accounts and DMs kept flowing. Screenshots allegedly showed Carissa bragging in a private group chat, "Told y'all she wouldn't last. Took one call and boom, outta here." And it didn't stop there. A second voice note leaked, this one supposedly from Christian herself, sent to a close friend. "She's crying, exhausted, but her voice is steady. They all turned on me. They plotted while I was feeding his son. While I was waking up every 2 hours to change diapers. He called from jail and gave the order, and his daddy followed it like a soldier." The internet couldn't handle it. Even people who doubted her started flipping sides. Public figures weighed in. Activists, influencers, child welfare advocates, calling for an investigation. One lawyer tweeted, "If Blueface orchestrated this from jail, and it caused Christian and CJ to be displaced without warning, there are legal consequences. This is emotional abuse." The backlash surged. Papa Blue deleted his last 3 posts, including the peace restored caption. Too late. Screenshots are everywhere. Receipts saved, damage done. But here's the real kicker. Sources now claim Christian is working on her own documentary, not with a network, not with a podcast, not with reality TV. Her own crew, her lens, her truth, the eviction, the betrayal, the silence, all of it unfiltered and uncut. The working title, Unbothered, My Truth, My Baby, My War, and the trailer, supposed to drop this weekend. But that's not the end. Because just minutes ago, a final tweet from Christian's backup account hit timelines. He thought jail meant he could pull strings. But what happens when I cut them? No tag, no name, no explanation, but everyone knows exactly who she's talking about. And now, this isn't just Christian versus Papa, this is no longer a typical custody battle. It's not just messy family business spilling into social media tides. This is Christian versus an entire family system that's circling its wagons, and the court of public opinion is watching closely. Fists clenched, waiting to hand down its own verdict. And make no mistake, the next chapter is coming faster than anyone expected. What began as public spats and cryptic Instagram captions has escalated into something far more sinister, a calculated struggle for control, narrative dominance, and, at the heart of it all, the well-being of an innocent child. CJ isn't just a name anymore. He's become the centerpiece of a modern-day gladiator match, where loyalty, image, and legacy are all on the line. And in the shadows of that arena, strings are being pulled, not just by Papa Blue, but quite possibly by Blueface himself, orchestrating from behind cold, steel bars. To the untrained eye, Papa Blue may have looked like a father simply stepping in to set boundaries and bring order to chaos. But peel back the surface, and what we're beginning to see is something far more calculated. Behind that paternal facade is the possibility of coordinated legal strikes, pressure from allies, and whispered commands filtering through prison phone lines. This isn't just about protecting CJ, it may be about silencing Christian, marginalizing her voice before she can rise, and rewriting the story before she gets to tell it. But Christian isn't backing down. In fact, she's doing the opposite, standing taller, speaking clearer, and arming herself with tools the other side never thought she'd reach for. This isn't a meltdown, it's a media strategy, a legal counterattack, a documentary in the works that doesn't just retell events, it exposes them. With names, with dates, with receipts that can't be erased. She's calling out not only the betrayal but the coordinated gaslighting, the emotional manipulation, and the years of backroom moves designed to paint her as unstable while positioning others as the responsible figures. Sources close to Christian have hinted that what's coming next won't just shift the public's opinion, it may shift the legal landscape entirely. We're talking surveillance footage, sealed text messages, audio files, and sworn testimony from people once loyal to the other side. The kind of evidence that doesn't leave room for spin. The kind that forces people to pick a side and live with that choice. Meanwhile, the internet is ablaze. The comments are wild, some standing with Christian, others still unsure. asking the hard questions. Was she always the villain in a story written to keep her powerless? Did Papa Blue use CJ as leverage to push her into silence? And is Blueface the true mastermind behind the scenes, directing plays from a prison cell to maintain control over his empire, his legacy, and his image? It's a war, not just over a child, but over who gets to shape the truth. And in this war, silence is complicity. Every social post, every podcast, every court document becomes another weapon. And that's why we need your voice. We need you to sound off. Was Christian's set up from the start, groomed into chaos, only to be framed as the threat when she tried to break free? Should Papa Blue be questioned, not just for his decisions as a grandfather, but for the timing and intent behind every legal move? And who's really running the show? The man in the courtroom or the one behind the bars? Smash that like button if you believe in giving women a fair shot at telling their story. Subscribe if you're done watching the system discard mothers while praising the very people who helped dismantle them, and turn on notifications. Because when Christian's documentary drops, and it will be right here, breaking down every second, frame by frame, voice note by voice note, until the truth is undeniable. This isn't just another messy headline, this is a reckoning, a warning. A moment where silence is no longer an option, because CJ deserves better. And Christian's not just hoping for justice, she's building the case to demand it. Stay loud, stay locked, stay watching. The next chapter is about to begin.